So odds are your Calendly setup is just killing your call bookings. If you change this, you will 2x your call bookings. Literally, like that's what it did for me when I changed my Calendly setup. And it sounds so simple, so stupid, but it works really, really well. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Jack Blythe. This Calendly setup helped me book a record of 264 sales calls in just 1 month. And we generated 107K a month so far. But yeah, let's go ahead and break down what it looks like. You can literally just copy and paste this in your business to help you book more calls. So first thing, I have notes here, so I make sure I cover everything. The first thing is like your title and description. So very simple. The big thing is you just want to keep this simple. Like don't do anything crazy to increase friction. All right. Friction is a huge principle that we're going to go over in this. And friction is basically like how easy or hard is it for someone to book a call with you? All right, so example here, like title here is, discovery chat. It's very simple. It's like very straightforward. There's no fancy, crazy name like, health optimization call accelerator, like nothing crazy. Like keep it simple. All right, same thing for a description. I say, let's scale your coaching business, period. All right, this will be an audio only Zoom in. So this is my description. It's super simple. The big thing is you just don't want to increase any friction or really raise up any objections. So some people write like paragraphs or multiple sentences here, and all that is it gives the prospect an opportunity to object to something. If you say on this call we're going to do X, Y, Z, they might object to it. If you share a bit about your process, all right. If you say, okay, we're going to go over my diet plan and how we use keto, blah blah blah. If they've tried keto and failed in the past, they're instantly object and not going to book a call. All right. So a lot of these things are like you just want to keep curiosity high. You don't want to share any details, and you want it to be super simple. All right, one of the biggest reasons someone books a call is due to curiosity. And so if you filled it in on like what exactly is going to happen, what your offer is completely about, like how you do what you do, people will often not book a call because they're like, oh, I know how it works. Yeah, I've tried something like that before. It didn't work for me. And they'll like, even though it's not true, even though it's BS, they'll think this and then won't book a call as a result. So curiosity is huge. You want to keep it simple. Like don't say anything. Like they'll just say, hey, let's get this dream outcome. Discovery chat, something simple like that. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing is let's actually open this up. I know like right now, like my calendar is freaking fully booked. So I only have 1 slot available. All right, so this is just what happens when you're good at lead gen. But anyways, let's go ahead and click on this one available time to kind of show you what our questions look like. So very basic, we want name, email, phone. This is standard. Like, of course, you want this stuff. And then the actual questions here. All right, what is your target monthly revenue? What's your offer? What's stopping you? So all this stuff, like, you'll notice one of the things here that I do differently than most people is this is, multiple choice. All right, something's huge here. This is huge. It sounds simple. It sounds stupid, but doing this, converting your questions into multiple choice will increase conversions, will book you more calls simply due to friction. Or think of this, like someone can quickly book a call. They type real quick of things that they know instantly, and they click, yes, click, book call, boom. All right, so that takes under a minute, under 60 seconds, probably 30 seconds. All right, because they can just click. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make, and I made, was having these paragraph answers. Tell me about your goals. Tell me about XYZ struggles. And you want people to write paragraph answers. Like, don't do that. All right, our goal here is to get more calls booked. I can promise you, like, calls are the oxygen of your business. If you have more calls on your calendar, you will, like, if you 2x your calls right now, what's going to happen? You're probably going to 2x your business, right? If you're 3x your calls, what's going to happen? You're probably going to 3x your business. So decrease friction here. Get more calls. Like, stop trying to qualify so heavy or do all this crazy stuff. So first, like, big thing is if you have paragraph questions, if you have like line, like write-in questions, just change it to multiple choice. It sounds stupid, but people are lazy and people procrastinate. So if they only have a minute to book call real quick, like they're heading into work, they're doing something, you want to make it as simple as humanly possible. So multiple choice. All right, that's huge. Second thing you'll notice is actually, like, I don't have a financial qualifier here. All right, pretty crazy. Like, I don't have a financial qualifier. And what this does is it helps me book more calls. All right, it's actually still like extremely rare where like money, like truly money is the objection. Like it's rare. And I don't have a financial qualifier. Like, what? So, I mean, the truth is, like, here's the truth of the matter. If you solve a truly painful problem, all right, and you have proof of it, like you're going to be able to charge higher ticket prices, at least 2K to 5K bare minimum. And the thing is, like, the people you're speaking with, as long as they have some sort of like full income job, they can afford that. They can, like, truthfully. Like if it's a big enough problem in their life and you do the sales call correctly, like they can afford it. All right. So as long as you make sure like they're not booking from like a third world country, a lower income country, and they have like a full-time income, you can check out their profile. They're going to be able to afford your thing. So like, especially like, please, like if you're not booking enough calls right now, remove the financial qualifier, remove the thing that says, oh, this is a 4-figure investment. Are you prepared to invest like, dude, like they don't even know your offer. You haven't gone through a sales process with them. Like, why would they be willing to invest 4 figures when they don't even know the thing? Like, I don't do it, please. Like one of the biggest mistakes, biggest fallacies people have is like, oh, well, lead quality is huge. I don't want to waste my time on sales. Like, dude, like, what are you spending your time doing? You're broke right now. You're not having enough calls booked. Your calendar's empty. All right, if your calendar's empty, your goal is to decrease friction to a minimum. All right, so you do that by removing, like write-in answers, removing financial qualifiers, and this will book you more calls, period. All right, if you're at the point where your calendar is full, like me, like maybe I want to start to consider here soon. Like I'm looking at obviously adding a sales rep or 2, or actually adding some friction here. All right, that's the spot I'm in just because my calendar's full. If your calendar's not full, all right, reduce friction. All right, so friction is that sliding scale. You can play with it depending on how many calls you're booking. If you're watching this, you obviously want to book more calls. So the goal is to decrease that friction scale. All right, so that's huge right here. Financial qualifiers, I would remove it if you're not booking enough calls. Like try it out, see what happens. All right, you'll notice some pretty crazy things. Number 2 here, availability. So a few things here on availability. So how I have it set up here is I have it set up for 4 days of availability in the future for the booking window. All right, so that means this is available, this is available, this is available, and this is available. All right, everything's like booked up though. So I only have 1 slot available right here. So that's a big thing is you want to have it 3 to 4 days out is your booking window. And the reason for this is show rate. All right, so I've ran a test with this, and I know other business owners who have tested this as well, and we've all seen that 3 to 4 days out is the ideal booking window. If you do anything longer than that, the show rate is going to decrease. All right, so to keep show rates high, 85, 90% plus, you want it to be only 3 to 4 days out. All right, we also have like another big thing is, and this is going to be completely against what you're seeing on my screen right here, but more availability will equal more bookings. All right, more availability equals more bookings. All right, so like I remember in my fitness coaching company, what we did is one time we onboarded like 2 or 3 sales reps at one time, which was a pretty crazy time. But basically we did that. And once we did that, obviously our availability like skyrocketed. We had way more slots. And changing nothing on our lead generation, we just booked more calls, period. Like we just did because we had more slots. All right, so when someone's like, when you send your calendar to someone and they check it out, if there's no times that work with their schedule, like they're probably not going to book a call because they can't make it. There's no times that work for them. All right, but if you have availability all the time, like everywhere, you're going to book more calls, like of course. And your show rate should be higher because they're able to book a time that works, perfect for them rather than a time that doesn't really work for them or they just book it anyways. So show rates and bookings should increase with more availability. So ideally you have more availability. I know I have like none right here, so it's going to go against what I'm saying, but you want to ideally have more availability. All right, that's going to book you more calls. Let's see here. Yeah, that's really the setup here. Last big thing I'll mention is like, all right, if you're not booking as many calls as you want and you fix the stuff, once you fix the stuff, you should book more calls, absolutely. But the thing is like, the thing that it comes down to is like, really consider this. Like when I thought about this, like a few years ago, this was like a critical, like kind of breakthrough for me. I was like, oh wow, that just makes sense. And it was this, like the reason you're not booking as many calls as you want is because the number of people that your Calendly's in front of is just not enough. Like think about like how many people are actually clicking on this link per day? Like how many people? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 100? Is it 200? Like how many people are actively clicking on this website? Like think of it as like simple, like logic, simple conversion rates. If we have 100 people clicking on this per day, you're probably going to book more calls than if you have 20. All right. So think of like, how can I simply get this Calendly link in front of more people? How can I make more offers and put it in front of more people? That will book me more calls, period, bar none. All right. So that is the video. Hope you liked it. Like, please just copy and paste these principles in your calendar. Like you will book more calls, period. I promise you. This stuff works. If you are a coach and you're looking to add 10 to 30K a month to your coaching business, that is exactly what we do. We're going to fill up your calendar like crazy, get you a ton of calls booked. But yeah, go ahead and click the link below if you do want to chat about that. It's a free, no pressure demo. We'll just go over, what I do, how it works, if we can help you. So click that link if you're interested. If not, no worries. Like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. You are amazing. You are a legend. I will see you in the next one.